Hello there. This is Lucy Woods on Strategic Change Guide podcast. Today we are talking about problems and exactly about how we're addressing the problem, the types of responses, and the effectiveness of these responses. Dealing with a problem, whatever it is, can be tricky, and for most people it is difficult. We can become frustrated, nervous, anger, and only after going through these stages we are ready to act. But the point is, problem is something that needs to be solved. Problem is something that requires your action. And until you're ready to act, ready to do something, ready to work to solve the problem, you are actually just creating extra problems, delaying and denying. You're just wasting the time. So the type of responses, as we mentioned, are frustration, nervous, or anger. Whatever you do, it's not working. Any of these three stages is not working. It is quite similar to the stages of grief or Kubler-Ross model that are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. So yes, when we meet any type of problem that requires our action, the first reaction might be denial. Oh no, I can work like this, I can avoid this, I can do that. Then it goes anger, why it's happening to me. Then it goes bargaining, action, I can actually live with it without paying attention. Then it goes depression, oh poor me, victimization. I'm a victim because it happened to me, all the problems are happening to me. And then it comes acceptance, yes, it is a problem and it needs to be solved. But all the way between all the stages, which are saved through the grief stages, they are tricky. Denial. As long as we are denial, we are not acting. In denial, we are not doing anything actually. We're just moving these scenarios, moving this situation in our brain back and forward without trying to find a solution. Then it comes anger. Anger is quite an effective stage. The anger is something that stops you from everything. You won't be effective in any other situation, in any area of your life on this stage. When you're angry, when you're nervous and frustrated, you're just slowing down everything. And if the problem is work-related, you're slowing down your life. And if problem is personal, you're slowing down your work, simply because the state of the brain is anger, nervous, or frustrated, denial, anger, bargaining, depression. These states are narrowing your thinking into a direction of either victimization or this anger or this denial, because you're not able to think about anything else. Your brain is busy dealing with this sort of reactions. That's the biggest problem actually. But you can learn how to deal with it. You can try to switch. And what you need to do, you need to find the solution. So every time when you meet the problem, you need to remember that yes, you are going to stress and you are going through frustration. You're gonna be nervous and you're gonna be anger, or any of these, or combination, or by stages. You can go through the stages that are similar to stages of grief. You can deny that you have a problem, you can bargain that you can live with it, you can go to depression, poor me, it happened to me, or you can switch and fight the problem, and not just fight, but to find a solution. Finding the solution is only possible when you're going out of the stages of anger and frustration, when you're going out of denial, when you're ready to act. To be ready to act, you need to try to switch into positive thinking, and also trying to keep calm. So if you have understanding how your brain reacts to problem and how you typically react to problem, because it's quite individual. One person will be ready to act at the first moment the problem occurs, another person will be just denying there is no problem, and the third person will be just saying, oh, it's not my problem. It is your problem. As long as you met with the situation and you have to be solved, it is your problem. So it really mentions any of the stages, any of the states of your brain, they keep you failing. Keep you failing in every area of your life, not just in the area where the problem occurred. Just analyze some past situation with past problem for the last months, for example. When you got a problem at work, you come in home stressed, you're upset, you're frustrated, you're nervous. Does it affect your personal life? Does it affect your relationship with your family? I'm pretty sure it is. I know, I've been like that. Till I realized how my brain reacts to problems. I've been going through all the states and stages till I learned how to avoid it. So now when I meet the problem, the first thing I'm trying to keep calm. Yes, I can talk that I'm upset, I can discuss probably with myself first the problem, and then I'm trying to switch to positive. Another way to switch to positive is think that every problem we deal with will be followed by good event. So if you met the bad situation, the next will be good situation. And it's commonly said that the life has the stages and can be white, black, but it's not the truth. Actually, we know that it is a mix. But also, in our lives, we are dealing with both positive and negative events. We are dealing with successes and failures, and one is not possible without another. So you will deal with problems and you will deal with successes. The point is to learn how to manage the problem, how to manage your brain, how to trick your brain, if you wish, to make it work effectively to solve the problem. So let's think, what was your last problem? For example, I got a problem just a couple of days ago with my laptop. And obviously I have terrible overload because it's December and everybody wanna fit everything in the last month or already planning the next year, so it's quite busy for us, quite busy month for us, and all my employees are busy and I just need to manage it all and just need to stay in touch. And having just smartphone doesn't help much. It does help, but I need my laptop, and when it crashes, it's quite difficult. It is a problem. And the first, obviously, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be talking, probably with my family, with my husband. I'm gonna be upset and say, I got this problem. Why does it happen? Yes. The second reaction, I will try to think, it can work like this for a while. So some function are crashed and other is working. No, it's not possible. There are situations with software that it's not possible to work like this. So it was bargaining and it was denial. It's not a problem. It was anger. Why does it happen? I don't have time for this at all. Not now. I'm too busy. How can I deal with it now? Then it comes acceptance, because when you face the situation that need to be solved as soon as possible, you have to act. So as soon as you learn that you need to act the moment you face the problem, that moment will be crucial for you. That moment will define your future successes, because you're just saving a lot of time. Let's think about time. So when you're going through the stages, you've been frustrated, you deny that you have a problem, you get an anger, you get nervous, you are failing in other areas, you are fighting and arguing with your relatives, you're just not able to answer any call count or not able to be effective on the meeting because your brain's somewhere else, because you're upset, you're poor, you got a problem. You're just wasting time. All those time you can use more effectively. All those time you can deal with other situations. So basically, you're A, losing time, and B, you can potentially create all the other problems. Because if you're upset and you're going to argue with your relatives, you can create conflicts. Creating conflicts create extra problems. When you go to meeting and you're upset because you had a problem and your brain is there and you're poor, you dealing with this problem, you won't be 100% effective on that meeting. So you lose an opportunity. You can lose the opportunity to make a business deal, for example, to sign a contract, because you're not effective. You can also create extra problem. You can say a word which is different, not the one needed, and you can create also conflict or just unresolved situation. And especially, as we mentioned before, it is crucial in digital era communication, because digital communication is completely different. And when you are in that state of brain that you're frustrated, nervous, and anger, and you are answering some emails or messages, and obviously you're typing something, and your brain is somewhere, so you're not thinking twice, not checking twice or 3 times. And it's crucial because digital message could be read completely different. So if you're upset and your brain is somewhere, you are typing the sentence that can be read differently, and you can get another one problem. So why are we going through all of this? Why are we creating other problems and wasting time? Simply because we are not prepared and not aware how our brain normally reacts to any type of problems, and what do we need to do to avoid all these states and to be effective, to keep that focus. So what do we need to do? Just remember, first thing, the one and the most important thing is any problem needs to be solved. It needs your attention and it needs your action. It requires your action. This is the rule. It cannot be different. Any problem needs to be solved and it requires your action. Remember this. Second point, you need to analyze the past situation you dealt with stress. What you did, how you react, how much time it took. Does it take you days to go through anger or denial? Are you going to depression? Are you bargaining? Are you trying to live with it? Are you anger? Are you just nervous or frustrated? Are you fighting with other people because of it? Are you failing because you're not focused? Are you losing opportunity? Just analyze that and try to analyze every problem from the past 3 months. Then you will get a pattern. You will understand what pattern your brain has dealing with problems. So, after you have this pattern, you can trick your brain. Tricking your brain will not be easy, but it is possible because A, you remember rule 1, any problem needs to be solved and it requires your action, and it's better to be immediate action. And B, you will learn to keep calm and to switch to positive mode, because you know that your brain trying to walk you through all these classical stages, through your own pattern of reaction to the problem. So now you will say, no, I'm not going to deny I have a problem. I'm not going to bargain that I can live with this problem. You will be ready to act, so you will be able to recollect your rule number 1 and start acting to solve the problem. So these are the basics of reactions to the problem and how you can address the problem, how you respond. There are no strict rules and there are no strict systems. You will see different descriptions online, obviously. And I will tell you, probably most of them are true. And the point is that it's just too individual. You just need to find your solution and your system, how to make it work for you, for your success. And I'm wishing you success in this. And I'm wishing you stay with us, follow our podcast. This is Strategic Change Guide Podcast at Lucy Woods. Stay with us.